Welcome to this episode of Q&A with Liturgy Man. I'm Taylor Burton-Edwards, Liturgy Man, your Director of Worship Resources with Discipleship Ministries of the United Methodist Church. I am your apportionment dollars at work to help you strengthen worship and the understanding of worship where you are. Today's question comes to us from Chad Bowen, a pastor in Mississippi, who wonders if I might have some practical advice for how to make communion, and especially praying the Great Thanksgiving, not seem like it takes quite so long. And I do. On our website, you'll find a blog article called Fast Food at the Table of the Lord. Put that in a search engine, should pop right to the top. Today's episode is based largely on that article. Whenever we're dealing with questions about how long things seem to take, we're looking at two things. Number one is the reality, and number two is the perception. The reality is that praying the Great Thanksgiving, even with sung responses, typically takes less than 4 minutes. That's about the length of a typical hymn, or several minutes less often than a modern worship song. So why do people not complain so much about hymns and worship songs, but they do about the Great Thanksgiving? I think it comes down to the old adage, time flies when you're having fun, and time slows down when you're bored. So presiders, here's how you can keep people from being bored and help them feel like time is moving at a more reasonable pace when you lead the Great Thanksgiving. 3 tips. Number 1, pray it. Don't read it. There's almost nothing more boring than watching somebody read from a book. Number 2, act and voice the text so that your gestures and the way in which you use your voice match the depth and passion and beauty of the text you're praying. And number 3, look it. Look like you care. Look like you are as passionately engaged as you want the congregation to be in the Great Thanksgiving. So pray it, act and voice it, and look it, and that will address a lot of the perception issues. There's still one more reality to deal with, and that is the part that actually does take the longest time, which is waiting in line to receive the elements. Simple answer there. Add more stations. If you add 1 station and you already have just 1, you've cut the amount of time it takes in half. So, thanks, Chad, for your question. And remember, you can always contact me, all of you, at worship@umcdiscipleship.org via the UMC Facebook Worship Facebook group, or just drop a line right here on this page. And I'll be glad to answer your question on the next episode of Q&A with Liturgy Man. May the peace of Christ be always with you.